Welcome to Slightly Maggie, a vlogcast by Maggie Slight, an author, a creator, and a grandma, also known as Neurodivergent Granny over on TikTok. And if the people in my head would sit still, maybe you can stop hearing that click, because that's me fidgeting. Welcome. It has been a while since we've had a chance to, we in this body have had a chance to share with you out there what we have been doing. It has been a while because I believe what happened is the inside didn't agree with the outside. We went to get our hair done on the spring equinox, and it didn't turn out the color that we were expecting. It turned out kind of a maroon. Now you see the purple now. Well, we've had 3 different dye jobs, professional dye jobs between then and now. Between the spring equinox, I believe actually we had a couple of days before the spring equinox that we actually went in to Amanda and had her work on our hair. We had it bleached, cut, and yeah, you won't see the braids anymore because we have a bi-level pixie now, and it is purple. For those who are following on the podcast and not joining on the video, I encourage you to see this magnificent purple hair that I finally agrees with what was inside the head. The trials and tribulations of being a multiple. Being a functional multiple. What does being a functional multiple mean? Being a functional multiple means that within this being, I can function. Well, I'm not always functional. I disabled, retired for a reason. And there are many reasons. But the multiplicity, for instance, there is no way that I could get the people in my head to produce a podcast or to even video record ourselves for more than a minute at a time. And a minute at a time just is long enough for a TikTok. But yet also I was struggling with the talking head type of a thing. I haven't done a lot of talking to my audience, even on TikTok. It's been a long time. It's having a hard time equating what I see with what I see and hear. And this, yes, it's kind of glam right now. I did up the purple because I'm really enjoying this shirt that I got from Goodwill. It's kind of in that mauve plum, and it's got the porn shoulders showing off my ink, which I absolutely love. So I'm having fun. I'm having fun. I'm finally getting there. I'm finally getting the spring energy. It's hard to get that spring energy when we haven't had any spring weather. Oh my goodness. Up here in the Pacific Northwest in 2022, it has been so cloudy, so rainy, so many low pressure systems. And having, not only am I dealing with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but over these last few months, I've also gained 2 more diagnoses. One is fibromyalgia, and my doctor believes that I got fibromyalgia from the Levaquin injury. So she indicated that she's had other people get fibromyalgia from Cipro and other fluoroquinolones. So here's a possible question. Are people who have connective tissue disorders actually acquiring fibromyalgia as a reaction to fluoroquinolones? And are we reacting to other things? Are there fluoroquinolone antibiotics? Are they in seafood. I've had significant flares after eating shrimp, which is one of my favorite things to eat. But if I eat farmed shrimp, I can have significant reactions. And I believe that has to do with antibiotics that they're using in the farming process. But this is just my theory. So who knows? Who knows what is reacting to what nowadays? If you know, please, please, please comment on this and let me know what you think. But that was one of the new diagnoses that I ended up with. What was the other one? The other one was one that I kind of suspected for the last couple of years, but I actually thought that I had an earlier form of it. I thought I had lipedema. I want to put another I or E or something in there, but I thought I had lipedema, which is an earlier stage of lymphedema. But according to my rheumatologist and my primary care doctor, both, I have lymphedema. And so I have been referred to a lymphedema clinic. So that'll be interesting and new. And, I will definitely bring you along with that adventure and let you know how I do with that. This has been an interesting spring. I am participating in the Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Challenge. And if you are following any of my social media challenges, you've probably been inundated with a lot of information about Ehlers-Danlos. I haven't tried to be too over the top about the information and more giving people my experience, because if somebody feels like they are also experiencing the same types of things, there are resources that are much better than me. Ehlers-Danlos.com, Ehlers-Danlos.org. There are so many resources out there for people who actually study these conditions and can give people like you, if you are interested, a lot more information. I have information about my experience. That is where my information is limited to. That's a lot of unloading. We have several days to go in this Ehlers-Danlos challenge, and I am planning on producing some more content in regards to that and my experience. So stay tuned. If you're interested in this condition that that makes our skin and our entire bodies, every part of your body is made of connective tissue. So therefore, if you have a condition that affects connective tissue, you have a condition that affects every part of your body and brain, because there's connective tissue everywhere. So if you want to know more about it, stay tuned, because I will be absolutely sharing more about it. So where's the book that I'm writing? How far am I in that? How's that coming? The Car That Ran on Prayers required a significant rewrite after I left the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or the Mormons. The time period that is covered within The Car That Ran on Prayers, I was a true believing Mormon, and I can't take away from that. But I do want to share the insight and what I was really going through. And it wasn't just true believing. There were doubts, there were fears, there were frustrations, there were bishops that denied me help when I asked for help, even though I was paying my full tithing while living in a car. So there was a lot of stuff that went on. There was some absolutely wonderful bishops that helped me with the motel room. Bishop Williams in New Hampshire he was the most fantastic bishop on earth. He gave us motel room and helped us out for over a month. And of the over 7.5 years that I was homeless, that had to be the time that I perhaps felt the most humbled. And I really didn't know how to handle that. And I go into that a lot in the book. And I had a significant mental crisis because of that. It may not seem that may not seem probable, but it was very probable, and it was very true that's the way it happened. Is because I I felt completely humbled by the experience. But the book shares it in. I'm so much more eloquent in my writing than I am in my talking, especially off the top of my head. One of these years, I will learn to write myself a script. Today is not that day. I am wrapping up Ehlers-Danlos Awareness Month. I'm getting ready for Pride. If you're in Olympia, Washington on June 4th, which is a Saturday, I believe it runs from 11:30 to like 6 in the evening. Sometime around there, I'm going to be downtown at Pride. This for the first time. I think the last time I went to Pride was Seattle Pride in 1986. I had a 4-month-old son when I went to Pride in 1986. I also had a 2-year-old son. So I had a lot of help with those two. But that's the last time I went to a Pride celebration. So from 1986 to 2022, that's a long time. So if you want to come down and help me celebrate, I'm coming out. Come out with me and let's celebrate. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that your week is full of love and light. From Maggie Slight. I love you. Peace.